Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you're doing well. This is going to be a longer intro because I have a lot to discuss. But first and foremost, this video is going to focus on the 150 Nosler Ballistic Tip matched up with the Hodgdon H1000. I've had really good luck with the Nosler Ballistic Tip bullets. A couple of years ago, I shot my elk with the 170 Nosler Ballistic Tip at 766 yards and had really good performance downrange. So I'm super stoked to give these a go in the rifle and see how they're going to perform. On that note, I want to say thank you so much to Jason Weber. He's a subscriber to the channel. He sent these to me for testing and evaluation out of my rifle. He says that this is one of his favorite bullets and was curious to see if I could get them to shoot out of my 6.8 Western. Spoiler alert, yes, I got great results, so stick around for those results. Let's see here. Also, another thank you to you guys. We hit 1,000 subscribers earlier this month. That was like a benchmark that I was setting for the end of the year, but that's really great to see the support coming from you guys for one guy doing YouTube on the side for a cartridge that doesn't have a whole lot of support to begin with. Okay. Next up, I do have the Hammer 156 Hammer Hunter bullets here in the reloading room. So this is going to be the next video. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel and turn on notifications so you guys are alerted when I drop the video for the 156 Hammer Hunters. Next up, ADG has announced that they are making 6.8 Western brass. It's not shipping yet, but you can sign up for in-stock notifications, I believe, on their website. Also on several other reputable retailer websites, you can sign up for in-stock notifications or at least bookmark the page so you guys can keep tabs on when those are available to get shipped. I'll link a couple of those websites in the description of the video. And yes, I'm getting ADG brass whenever it becomes available to try out on the channel. So, okay, I'm going to refer to my notes here on my load development process for this bullet. Obviously, we're using the H1000. Why? Well, it gave me really good velocities with the 145 ELDX, and it seemed to produce the greatest number of smallest groups for each powder charge weight. So to give this bullet a fair shake, that's the powder that I chose to start with. What I did was I found my jam. Jam with this bullet was 2.279. That's based to ogive. That put my overall length at 2.829. My targeted seating depth was 9 thousandths off the land, so that's my base to ogive of 2.270. That puts my overall length at 2.820. As far as powder charge weights, I did do a quick test before I went out to the range, and I found that at 65.5 grains at my targeted seating depth, I was getting a mild compression of the powder. At 67 grains, I was getting heavy compression of the powder to the point that it was varying my seating depth. So 67 grains is out. So I set a benchmark of, or a range of 64.5 grains on up to 66.5 grains. This is the results with those. Closer look at the groups. To note, from here on up, I was getting mild pressure signs in the form of primer cratering. An interesting note as well, this bullet and powder combination was a little punchier in recoil compared to the 145 ELDX, so just something to note. Also, I only shot two shots on this one. The impact points were just too far apart and the velocities were too far apart for me to even mess with moving on with shooting more for that group. But as far as velocity numbers though, 2925 here, we got up to 3046 up here, but the extreme spread and standard deviation numbers really aren't anything to write home about. However, this is looking good. So this is a 0.54 inch group. This is a 4-shot group. All right, so since we had really like promising results with the 66 grain powder charge weight. I want to do a seating depth test to see if I can't tighten up the group a little bit, but also tighten up those extreme spread and standard deviation numbers and reduce a little bit of that pressure, those pressure signs. So my plan for my seating depth test is 2.260, 2.250, and 2.240. Those are the base to ogive. So we're going to do 10,000 increments, seating at a total of 30 thousandths deeper than my targeted base to ogive. And this is the results with my seating depth test. And a closer look at the subsequent three groups with the seating depth test. As you can see, we had fantastic results. I did pull, man, these groups are really good, and I got a little excited on each of the fourth shots. So these, I did note that I pulled these slightly. So these are out of rotation, but groups were looking good. You know, a 0.67 inch, 0.44 inch, and a 0.3 inch group. This guy here is awesome. We did get the extreme spread down to 9 and a standard deviation of 5. That paired with the group here tells me that this is the winner for a very viable, loading for hunting. So, our velocity was 2983 as well with this. Okay, so obviously the numbers are lining up with that 66 grain powder charge weight, but we're gonna do more testing on it, gather more data over more rounds downrange. For the fun of it, here is the comparison for trajectory and kinetic energy downrange using the 150 Nosler ballistic tip matched against my loading for the 170 Nosler ballistic tip that I tagged my elk with 2 years ago. Okay, that's all I have for you guys tonight. I've got really good results with this, obviously, that I'm not going to move forward with using the H4831 shortcut. I'm just going to stick with this. Why fix what's not broken? So if I feel like I do need to change up the powder as I shoot more of this powder charge weight with this bullet because it's not consistent, I will update you guys on a later video. But with that being said, make sure you guys are subscribed for the next video, which is going to cover the 156 Hammer Hunters. Awesome, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.